Welcome back to Triple Apple Sports Talk. I'm Josh. It's Roy right there to my left. Is that to my left? Whatever.
Be to
My
your
left.
left, yeah.
Yeah.
To your left.
Um.
Can you hear that?
No. I blocked that out of my life.
Good day to be a Michigan fan. So I'm a little tired. Getting home late last night.
mean, the one thing
We'll
I don't
talk
like
about
about
that
Michigan
later.
fans is they're always living in the past. I'm so tired of talking about last season. We are on to this year. I already saw a way too early top 25. The number one team in the country, University of Illinois.
I did not see that. I saw one and it was not. Illinois wasn't even top 10.
That's outrageous. No chance.
I saw number 1 was Duke.
They don't have that.
2 was Michigan State.
I don't think so. They don't go portaling. They don't. Izzo doesn't use the portal, and I mean,
no, but he doesn't lose too many guys. So
I mean, his second best players.
We'll talk about more of this when we get to college basketball.
Baseball. 2-ish weeks in at this point.
Yep.
I'm gonna go over the standings again. I'm gonna start in the AL East. Yeah, this is as of Tuesday night. Now, some of these games have been played already for Tuesday night, so some of these records might have a different amount of games, and tonight's games don't go into our triple alphas thing yet. So some of the numbers might feel skewed, but it's okay. Yankees lead at 7-2. Actually, it's 8-2 because they just won minutes before we started this. So the Yankees are 8-2, first in the East. Second, Baltimore 5-6. Behind them, tied for third, Tampa Bay Rays 5-6. Blue Jays, loser of 6 straight, 4-7, and Boston 3-8, one back of them.
Wow.
Out in the Central, Guardians lead at 7-5. Royals game and a half back at 5-6. Twins 4-6. Tigers 4-6, and White Sox 4-7. Out west, Angels lead the division. You know it's early right now. 6-5. Houston tied with them 6-5. Rangers half a game back 5-5. Seattle 4-7, and the Athletics are 3-6. 3-7 actually. They just lost the Yankees. Out in the East, the Mets lead the NL East at 7-4. Philly 6-4. Marlins 6-5. Braves 6-5, and Nationals 4-6. In the NL Central, the Cincinnati Reds lead the Central 8-3. Brewers same record 8-3. Pittsburgh 7-4, Cardinals 5-5, and the Cubs round out the bottom at 5-6.
Sorry, Bryce.
Yeah, and in the NL West, the Dodgers lead 9-2. Padres in second 5-6. Diamondbacks tied 5-6. Rockies 4-6, and then last the Giants 3-8. I feel like at this point you can start, talking a little bit of what we're seeing. Again, really early. We both
too early, yeah.
But it's more than 4 games worth. We're basically one series. Anything stick out to you, Roy?
Well, I mean, you and I talked on the way we went to Indianapolis. Toronto's the one that surprised me. They had a pretty easy schedule. Start the year. Rockies, Athletics. Who they just lose? They lost. Swept by
White Sox.
So
they've lost 2 straight against the Giants or the Dodgers.
I mean, that's expected. But just to be 4-7 this early, I mean, they're by no means. Yeah, they are injury prone. They got a lot of injuries, but like we talked about, I think there might be a little hangover to the World Series that they were in last year. I don't, we saw that from the Diamondbacks last year when they went to the World Series. So I could see a little bit of that. The other one's the Cubs. I mean, I was talking to Bryce on the phone earlier. You lose Cade Horner. Horton. There's a Horner. Yeah, out for the year.
2 seasons, basically.
The Tommy John. So just, being last in division right now, I mean, yes, they're not hitting either.
Yeah.
But just early in the year, it's you think teams like that would probably come out better. But, like I said, it's too early to tell. I mean, you can't win the division, so you got to just play the game till midsummer and then go for it all.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'll just say the AL East. I'll even Toronto banged up. I mean 4-7. They're not awful. They've lost 6 straight though. I think that's the more concerning part. Really banged up on the pitching side, and now the hitters are starting to they lost Kirk for basically at least a month. Boston, they have not looked good. They won tonight, so that they were 2-8. The hitting in Boston is just not there right now. The young guys have not gotten going. The Central, they're all kind of mushed together. Seattle, another team you expect a lot, really coming out slow. Again, not hitting, but they're in a warmer part. I look at Boston and them. They're out east. I mean, it's cold sometimes up there right now. It's not really that cold in Seattle. It can be, but it's not usually too cold. But yeah, like Cal Raleigh hasn't been himself. Or last year's version. Cubs, like you said, but Cubs 5-6, they're still at 500. Reds at 8-3 are another one that stood out to me. That's a pretty good start for Cincinnati, who don't have Hunter Green, by the way. That's another piece of it. So they're really hitting or just winning close games.
You got to take the step of their schedules, so
yeah,
you just hope that it turn around.
Yep, that's about all I got. Dodgers are rolling right now, 9-2.
That's expected. What do you?
I don't have. I agree. I don't have a Dodgers as my player of the week, but Andy Pages. I told you about his stats on the way to Indy. On 5, I mean, he's hitting like 650 with like 3 home runs.
Yep.
Yeah, just crazy. They start getting, production from those type of people. I mean, there's no chance. Okay. Those are the standings. Roy, I have a player of the week.
I do too. I mean, I told you who mine were going to be this week.
Okay, go ahead, Roy.
My 2 are the 2 Yankees pitchers. Other than the last 2 starts, Max Fried and Cam Schlittler. Schlittler. He is who they have been. The first 2 starts were, no runs.
Nope.
Giving up very few hits and striking out a ton. It's either walks. They weren't walking enough to go. Even after Max's last outing, between them, they're still only giving up. They've gone between them because Cam started tonight. I don't have the stats for tonight's. I know he didn't do well. They still going into before tonight's game. They had gone 31 in 0.2 innings. They've got 13 hits, only 3 runs between them, 5 walks between them, and 29 strikeouts.
Yeah. Cam tonight, 5 innings. He gave up 5 hits, 3 earned runs all in 1 inning, no walks, and struck out 7 in 84 pitches. So, yeah, 5.
So that means he still hasn't given up a walk all year.
No.
So he's the one. Max, he's throwing strikes and he's getting strikeouts, and that's what we want from him. Yeah. His ERA was 0 going into the night and gave up 3 runs. So even Max Fried after he had a rough outing last night, he still gave up. His ERA is only at 1.35. So
1.62 for Schlittler.
So yeah, they're just too good. I had to pick those 2. They've been really good to start the season. So I'm still concerned that they pitched so many innings last year, and to start. I'm afraid I don't want them injured. 2 good one. They're both still young, especially Cam is really young. Yeah. So I really think that they're the future if they can just stay healthy.
Yeah, I agree. And another thing I think bouncing them back in because of every start they've done right after each other, I think it's helped. You have Fried who's going to throw that throw the kitchen sink. Nothing's going to overpower you, and then you have Cam Schlittler who's going to throw 3 different fastballs basically the entire night at basically 95 or 99, excuse me.
Yeah.
Which I know that people are used to hitting that, maybe not 99 for 5 innings, but you see a kitchen sink type pitcher, and then all of a sudden you're just getting blasted. It's tough to adjust just like that on any given day. My player of the week, I actually was going to go Andy Pages, and then something happened the other night. A first place team had a right fielder have one of the best baseball games I've ever seen. Joe Adell of the Los Angeles Angels robbed 3 home runs in a 1-0 win for the Angels. And the last one was just storybook. I mean, and running the wall is like hip level, so he didn't have to like jump per se like that, but to go into the stands, hold on to the ball. Basically, is the game where I think it was either get 1 out or 2 outs in the ninth. It wasn't the final one, but 3 home run robberies in a 1-0 game. That is absolutely stealing a win. And so yeah, I mean, I've never heard of 3 home run robberies in a game, so I have to give him Player of the Week for it.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. I mean, yeah, you usually get 1, 2 a year, unless you were Torrey Hunter or somebody who did it seem like did it all the time, or King Griffey Jr. But yeah, to do 3 in one game, that's freaking crazy.
Yeah, and they weren't just like standing at the wall. Like,
yeah,
2 of them were like running where he almost fell into the stands. The last one he did.
He did, yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I got. I don't really have anything else for baseball. I still want to see some more. Some of these teams have got, I look like Seattle, for an example, 4-7. If they win 3 of their next 4, all of a sudden they're, at 500, one above 500. You lose 3 of the next 4, all of a sudden you're like 4-13. And then you start going, oh shit, what kind of season is this about to be? So no team is at a breaking point, but some teams are at a point where you're like, okay, maybe something is seriously going wrong at this point. Because if you start like 3-14, I mean, you really got to battle back a little bit.
See, I don't see it that way. I really think the first 30 days of this calendar year is worthless. You could go 2 for. I mean, in first 20 games, you could go 2-18. Get some guys back, get some pitching going. The next thing you know, you go on a 10-game win streak, lose one, go another 8 game. The next thing you're in it. I don't see it that way this early. You get closer to June, July, then I get a little worried. These first 30 days, a little bit into May, I don't really worry about. Then it's when you get to that's when you finally figure out your team is like, because like you just said, the Angels are in first place. Mike Trout will probably be hurt by May. Things will just change. And that's and a lot of these other teams, young guys start off hot. They start figuring them. Pitchers start figuring them out. Things start getting a little worse. The thing about baseball is such a long season. So I never worry about anything till about June, July-ish, because June's when we're going to start talking about the trade. What you do at the trade deadline, who's can make the playoff push, and so I don't worry anything till about then.
All right, to our triple alpha sheet. Again, this does not have Tuesday nights games at all. None of them. Just this Monday was the last day. Roy leads the pack, 34 wins. I'm trotting right behind you, Roy. 1 back, 33.
Yeah.
Bryce did not have a good last couple of days. Sits down at 26, so he's 8 behind Roy, 7 behind me. Definitely not too worried. Bryce's problem right now is his ones, his number 1
Cubs and Blue Jays.
I mean, they have 8 combined wins. I have 16, for an example. Roy has 11, so I'm running away at the top. But, Roy has some down at the bottom that I don't have. But Bryce, 8 wins. I mean, it's just that's not good enough from the Cubs and Blue Jays, 2 of the most disappointing.
Well, you'd have to have he need more from. I mean, which he's getting a lot from the Braves. He needs more from the Giants and the Twins. They're just not. I mean, 6 wins between them.
I look at a last place team. I mean, 3-7 is about what someone would be if they're in that. If they have about 3 wins, we're about 10 or 11 games in. Like the White Sox and maybe not the Athletics to me, but like the White Sox probably should have 3 or 4 wins at this point. Like that's about it. I mean, they swept the Blue Jays, which helped, but like the Twins, to me, I have the Twins as the last place team. They should have about 3 or 4 wins, but the Cubs and Blue Jays.
I'm just looking at what we drafted. So like all my teams are 5 wins or more. So I'm just consistent with each level, each tier. So like the Rays are Rays are near the bottom. Well, they're about middle now at 5. They got beat by the Cubs tonight, but Pirates are. I mean, these are teams who were predicted to be at the bottom, and they're still winning some ball games.
Yeah,
the Reds are helping me with 7, with leading it.
No, you've definitely been more consistent. I'm top heavy.
I mean, the Mariners just don't do anything for me.
Yeah, and the Bryce's top is just empty.
Yeah,
he has 8 wins. The Dodgers alone have now they have 9. But
again, earlier in the week he was only 1 behind me, and then now Now he's 8. So just takes a couple bad days.
Yep. Yeah, I know. I'm going to go over a note over here on the side because this podcast won't be very long this week. NL Rookie of the Year. I picked J.J. Weatherholt. Solid start. Not saying he's going to win Rookie of the Year yet, but definitely has put his name out there. He's had a solid, especially for his week. Kind of cooled off a little bit since then. Bryce has Moses Ballesteros for NL Rookie of the Year. He's had an atrocious start because I have him on my dynasty team, so I know it. And Roy has Connor Griffin, who has been called up and is playing, so that part's nice. AL Rookie of the Year, you guys both have Kevin McGonigal. Good start. Really good first week. I think he's been a little bit more down to earth last week, but still really good start. I don't also know much about the AL rookies outside of him. I have Bazana, who has not been called up yet, so my guy has not even hit the big leagues. Cy Young, me and Bryce have Skeens, who got roughed up on paper in his first start. He did
on his first start,
but it never hit someone's glove, so it didn't count as an error. Which he had like an 11 ERA after 2 starts, but he really should have had like a 3. He went like 6 innings, 1 run today. I don't know Christopher Sanchez's stats this year. I haven't seen anything. I know he was good on opening day, but I haven't seen anything since. I don't know.
I haven't seen anything since then.
AL Cy Young, Bryce has Skubal. Skubal kind of got hit up today. I think he had 5 or 6 as an ERA, right around 3. I mean, still good, but Crochet. I know Crochet did not have a good opening day or good whatever. I don't know after that. And Joe Ryan, I don't believe Joe Ryan's pitched yet.
Yeah, he didn't start last year so far this year. I don't think.
I think he has a back injury that he's still coming back from. And then MVP, I have Skeens for the NL. Bryce has Shohei, who started off really slow, and you have Ronald. I have not seen anything on Ronald. I don't know. And then AL MVP, you have Nick Kurtz, who has started horrific start to the season, but he did have a double tonight. I know that.
Good double tonight.
Bryce had Aaron Judge, who started off solid. And I've had Bobby Witt, who has not started off good either. So
Joe Ryan has pitched.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
He's got 3 starts. He's 1-1.
Oh, shit. Then I'm just missing him.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, Joe Ryan. Yeah, he's 1-1. He's not done well. I mean, he's got in 3 starts, he's got an ERA of 4.40.
Yeah.
17 strikeouts, 5 walks. He's given up 7 earned runs and 14 innings of pitch. So
okay. Well, those are our predictions. Just going to go over them a little bit. So I don't really have anything else. You, Roy?
Not for Major League Baseball, no.
All right. Well, let's take her on to college basketball for the last time.
Yeah, last time this year we talked about a little bit national championship. But the Final Four was this weekend. We went.
We did.
Went Saturday night sat through the UConn versus Illinois game, which was interesting.
It was a good game.
It was a good game. It was just interesting. And then watch Michigan destroy Arizona. Yeah. And then that was even close.
I'm shocked they played that bad and Michigan played that good. Like that should have been a good game, or at least
I agree.
A game.
Oh, I agree. I mean, two number 1 defensive team just should have at least done something. And then last night I went to the game, to the Michigan UConn game. It was great. A little ugly game, but that's the way Connecticut wanted to make it. If you didn't watch Dan Hurley's thing, he basically said, "Hey, we were gonna foul them until they keep Michigan out of the rhythm, and they were going to see if the refs would call it." And his goal was hopefully for Michigan to shoot 70% for the free throw line, that's what we've been shooting about this year, and we shot 89%. So good. It's finally to get a win. Basketball. Big Ten finally got their first championships since 2000, which was Michigan State.
Yep.
Can you believe that? That's been freaking 26 years since the Big Ten got it.
To me, that I don't really care about that, but I am shocked it has been that, like, there was that big of a gap.
It just, if you look back, there's been, I think what I saw was since 2000, there had been 9 or 10 Big Ten teams in the championship game.
Lost them all.
And they lost them all. You're talking even like Illinois in 05
yeah.
to Michigan, and Michigan was in 13 and 18. You had Purdue was it last year? You had Wisconsin in whatever.
15 through like 18 range.
Yeah, then you had Indiana made it one year.
Yeah, the teams
Michigan State made it a couple times.
That come to mind. A couple of those Michigan teams, you're talking Trey Burke's
2013's a year should have won. Should have beat Louisville.
Teams, I do. You said it. I think of those Wisconsin teams with Frank Kaminsky and Sam Decker. Think of them, and then maybe some Michigan State teams just because they, I think they've got to the Elite Eight range. Some of those teams could have, and then Purdue the last 2 years, I would say, with Edey.
Purdue, couple years, was it last year? No, it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago when they should have been there.
They did. They lost in the championship.
I'm gonna go back because I was looking at this Big Ten.
That's when they played UConn's back-to-back team because it was Edey and Braden Smith, and UConn beat them because they had someone to match Edey. What was his face? Donovan Klingon.
Yeah, Klingon. Yep.
Klingon and Savon Castle.
So I am going to go through this real quick. Since 2000. Crap, that's not what I was looking for. Come on, you son of a gun. There we go. So since 2000, if I can get this to come up. Jeez. So since 2000, you had Michigan State beat Florida in 2000. Then you had Maryland, technically, and Indiana played in 2002. Maryland won before they were in the Big Ten.
Yep.
Then you had Illinois in 2005. Yep. Ohio State in 2007. I forgot about them. 2007. Lost to Florida. Michigan State in 2009 to North Carolina. Michigan lost to Louisville 2013. Wisconsin 2015 to Duke.
Yep.
That Michigan one. That one. Yeah, Duke was because Wisconsin beat Kentucky that year.
Yeah, they did.
And who was undefeated at that point.
They were 38-0 or something like that.
Yeah. Yep. Then you had Michigan lost to Villanova in 2018. Michigan shouldn't have been there. That was just a team that got caught hot, and Villanova was really, really good.
Yep.
And then you had Purdue. So we've had a few teams in there. So it's just good. I want to talk about the big controversy the last several years, been for many years. You and I were there. A basketball game in a football stadium. Your thoughts first before I give you mine.
I don't really care, to be honest. I think from a viewing standpoint in person, it is better to be in a basketball arena. I don't think many people would argue that. It just is. That being said, we were there and it was sold out. 72,000, 79,000, whatever it was, 70-something thousand.
72,000.
If they were to move that to, I'll just use the Pacers arena, okay, down the street. The amount of tickets would be cut in third, basically. 30,000 is an NBA arena. 35. I don't know the exact number.
Here, I'll even look at
how much those tickets were going at the football stadium. Now imagine a third of the tickets available. Those I heard someone say this, and I was like, that's a really good point. Those tickets would be astronomically expensive to where no regular fan would be able to afford it. None. Even for back against the cement block at the top, it would be over $2,000 a ticket. But if you're going to take money aside, did I like the experience? Yes, because I liked where we sat. But if you were at the very top, to me, that is just not. It's just you can't watch it at that point. But the atmosphere was electric in the football stadium because there was so many people. So I really am mixed. I really don't care. I think if you cared about watching the game, yeah, it should be out of a football stadium into an arena. But it's just never going to happen because, one, the ticket price would be too expensive. They're selling it out anyway. They're never going to cut a third or 2/3 of the tickets out. So that's my take.
Yeah, I have it two different ways. As a viewing person, I don't like it. I didn't like I sat in pretty good seats for our game, the game we were at, and I sat in even better seats for the championship game. I was mid court. I liked it. I just felt like I was not on the court though. For Saturday night, there were so many Illinois fans.
Yeah.
And Monday night, there were so many. It was 75% Michigan fans. It was still, it was just not loud, and we were loud. It's just not loud like you would have in an arena. That's the atmosphere I love. I love that loudness where you can't hear a damn thing. There, I can still hear it. You can still hear things because it's just so big, wide open. Yeah. That was my argument with, when we were looking at tickets, you sit way up there. Why would you sit way up there? You don't have the atmosphere that you would.
Yep.
You can sit at home and watch it because you're basically watching the big screen anyway.
Yep.
Because that's how it was. I only really wanted to do it to say I was out of Final Four. One that I was, I was there from Michigan because I'm as a big Michigan fan. It was great to actually get to see them win a championship, which I never thought I'd ever get to do. That's cool. But as a guy who loves college sports, who loves college, loves sports, period, watching a basketball game, I would rather see that in an arena. I know tickets will be high. You're sure going to get pay it. People are going to pay it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And those tickets are still high up there, still high. I've been up in the Pacers Stadium. Yeah, they don't see it. You can find a better, bigger stadium, probably NBA Stadium. That probably seats more people. But just the atmosphere. I mean, it's cool to be. 72,000 people, freaking ton of people for a ball game.
Yeah.
But I think Illinois would have had more advantage if they would have.
I do too.
In the arena,
it is harder to play and shoot. I mean, someone said that, and I don't remember the numbers. Look at some of the best shooting teams in the country and look at their percentages over, 35 games or 40 games in a tournament, whatever it is. Look at their shooting percentages. And then look at their Final Four shooting percentage. Yeah. Over a 10-year span, they're not even close. Now, are you going to have that one rare game where, like Michigan against Arizona in the second half, 7 for 9? Yeah, you're gonna run spurts.
Yeah, you'll get spurts.
I bet their percentage of their Final Four was nowhere near their percentage of the regular season. And that it's true. It's the depth perception of the rims. There's nothing behind it. Like arena that you play in, you have seat. I know they have seats there, but it's not like seats that go over. It was flat underneath. So,
see, and NCAA only does this because they need the money. This is the only true sporting event that they control. They don't control the playoff game because that's the CFP controls that. They don't control the World Series. College basketball is the only sporting event they still run. So they need the money to pay for all this, to have a freaking concert between the two games on Saturday night, to do all this bullshit that they do. Yeah, I see. You did. I fucking hated it. I just want to get to the game. Get to the game. That's what I'm there for. Not a damn concert.
It was like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was like 15. It was a waste of time. Let's get to the game. That's what people are there to see. But hey, it's the outside of that though. Indianapolis, you had that convention center. You had some things. Good time. We got to see. We sat and watched Dave Portnoy, who we love. I love him. He's a Michigan fan. I do not like Rico or I cannot. The Bosco. That dude's a fucking idiot. Big Cat, I liked you until you fucking start talking shit about Michigan. So fuck you.
I love Big Cat
because you're from Wisconsin. But it was getting to do that. I sat Monday night. We met some people. It was great. It was a great time. Great things. That atmosphere for the Final Four was cool. I did enjoy that. Michigan won. Really makes getting home at 1:00 in the morning and having to go to work the next morning really makes that easy. But no, it was a good time. That's what I wanted to talk. That's thought. Hey, just about that.
Okay. So, well, congratulations, Michigan won.
Go Blue.
I think they were the most dominant team this season. Now, I'm not saying they were the most consistent because they definitely had a couple games where you're like, man.
I would say they were the most consistent all year. I mean, we didn't get blown out any game.
Yeah.
Only lost 3. We played the same style most year. Just when the 3 games we lost, we didn't play defense. We didn't shoot well against Iowa. There was just you need a little luck here to get to it. Defensively, but then in the postseason, we did what we had to do. And freaking, I mean, Dan, as much as I hate Dan Hurley, cannot stand the guy and the way he acts and the way he talks. That guy, I'll give him credit. He has a plan, and he's out to do it. And it may be dirty, fouling the way they were doing, just doing anything they could to disrupt. But that was what they wanted. They were trying to be more physical than us because that's what we were doing to other teams. Michigan was doing to other teams, and for UConn had a chance, and just luckily good defense. It did help that Yaxel was hurt. He wasn't ready. He couldn't play, but hey, that he did. He played good defense, so I'll give him that.
Yeah. All right. 2 next year a little bit. We don't have to go fully in depth. We don't need to break down rosters or nothing. But some of our teams are losing some of our players. The portal's open right now for not very long. I actually thought it was a lot longer than it is. It's only like a 3-week window or something like that.
Yeah, but
is there anybody that you would like Michigan to get?
Because they're going to need some players, especially after I saw the mock draft this year.
Yep.
Just this morning, and when I'm reading, as much as I love Mara and Johnson, I think they're gone for the
draft.
For the draft. I think they'll take the money, which I don't blame you. I don't blame any of them. I don't blame anybody for
going to the NBA. I blame people for transferring, in my opinion.
Yeah,
going to the NBA, that's the ultimate goal. Like, I get it.
Is there people I want? I like big athletic forwards. That's my big thing. So there's kid from Kansas. I wouldn't mind after I did some deep research on him. There's a guy from, I'd have to look him up. Gosh, what was his name? Oh, he's from a smaller school. Here, I'm gonna pull him up because that's what I was looking this up earlier. I like some of the recruits that Michigan got, so I can't complain about that. Let me look at portal here. Top players. Okay, yeah, the kid from Kansas I like. Gosh, where's he at? I like the kid from Belmont, but I don't think that's anybody that Michigan's going to go after.
Belmont?
Yeah, Belmont's got that Drew. He's a power forward.
Chanarski,
I like him. Gosh, where is this guy? He's from a smaller school. If I can find him.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Kansas does have a crystal ball currently.
Who?
That Beninga. I don't know how to say
Texas Tech, right?
Yeah, it's a crystal ball at Texas Tech. Made sense. Toppin's gone. That school has a lot of money. My God. I don't know if you see their football transfer portal usually. Oh, baby.
Oh, no. Texas has a lot of money. Who do you think Illinois will get? Because I heard you want.
Who do I think you'll get, or who do I want?
Who do you want?
I want John Blackwell from Wisconsin. I don't think
you're not gonna play $5 million for him.
I don't think Illinois will pay that much, and I think another school will just give him the money. But his dad went there. He's athletic. He can score at all 3 levels, which I think Illinois would like. And he's experienced. That's another thing I think Illinois likes. I don't think they get him. I don't know who else Illinois would get after that. Illinois is going to go get a guard. They like length and tall. So, like, I look at some of these point guards, like right here. Not saying they would ever get this guy, but Dendon Thomas Jr. from LSU, 6'1", 170. Absolutely not going to Illinois. Illinois is not going to recruit a point guard who's 6'1". They want someone who's 6'3", 6'4". They want length. So I don't know who they would go get.
I found the guy that I was looking for.
Or one of the Bernhardts, the Kentucky fans, I don't know his name, but someone from Kentucky. His last name is something Ich, ICH or VCH or something like that. And he went, just hit the portal. Good luck at Illinois. And I said, why is that? He goes, well, look at his last name. And
yeah,
joking.
sure.
I don't think we're recruiting him. It was just a joke, but I thought that was pretty funny.
I found the name that I was looking for. A guy from Charlotte, Anton Bonkin. He's a senior, center, 7'2", kind of athletic. He just, to me, seems like somebody that.
How do you spell it?
Bonkin, Bonke.
Oh, I got him right here. Yeah, I'm just looking at a ranking thing. I don't really take stock into where they rank people.
I don't care about ranking people. He's one of them that I heard that they were in on. I don't really know. I mean, the problem is, it opened last night. Teams like Illinois, teams like Michigan, who just finished playing.
Exactly.
Do you really have an idea who's going, who's staying?
Yeah.
I mean, and the what hurts is the NBA Combine is not till next month.
Yeah,
they go to like the 20th or something.
Yep.
Till they have to make a decision. So I think you have ideas who's going to be doing stuff, but
yeah. Another thing,
Miles Bird from San Diego State's been another guy that I've read that Michigan's in on. Small forward. I just don't know what they're going for.
Yeah, Illinois has another thing about Illinois, which it makes it hard for me, in my opinion, because I'm not gonna deep dive every single thing. Illinois probably recruiting overseas, people that are just not on this radar. So it's hard for me to sit here and go, oh, they're gonna go get this guy when they'll go get a Slavic guy, and I've never heard of him, and I don't know anything about him yet. So,
yep, and international players are hard to figure out.
Yeah. So. But I think that's all we got for college basketball.
Yeah, you can tell your boys that Kentucky's still going to suck. So
they got a lot of people hitting the portal. I mean, I'm sure they're going to get a lot of people from the portal, but
they got their boy Pope to come in there, and is he really that good?
This is words from one of them. I haven't talked to the other one really about it. He said if Pope doesn't win, they'll fire him after this year. So he does think that they will go all in. Like they will spend the most money in college basketball, because if he doesn't, he knows he's done. So we'll see.
And he'll still lose.
I think we're ready for our miscellaneous. You got any games, Roy?
I have a couple, actually.
Oh, okay.
The first one's just a one-person question. I was watching TikTok, and this came up, and I had no idea who the answer was. And I was wondering if you had an answer for it's NBA question. That's the hard thing. Can you name the player that played against the 72-10 Bulls and the 73-9 Warriors?
Oh, no. Well, my first guess actually played for the Warriors, so I'm going to guess that's not right. Oh, I mean, no. I'm not going to get it. Somebody super old. What was the first year?
The Bulls, the 72-9 Bulls.
What year? I don't know the year.
Oh, that was what, 1996, 97, 97, something like that?
Okay. I'm going to throw a name out there. I have no clue if it's right. It's just the time frame could line up. Like, I know it's somewhat close. Is it Vince Carter?
No. That's a good guess, though.
Well, I just know that he hung around way too
long.
Like
22 years, so.
But I don't know when he started exactly.
That'd be about right. He was in the late 90s, mid-90s.
Garnett was not in the 90s. Was he? He was like early 2000s.
Is that your guess?
I mean, no, I know it's not right. Okay, Kevin Garnett.
That is correct. That's
right?
Kevin Garnett was picked in 1994, 95.
I did not know that. Holy shit. Yeah.
I can't believe I was a freshman in high school. Was that freshman in high school?
Shit.
Or an eighth grader when he got drafted, when he was in high school. Because I remember him being in Chicago, Farragut, playing
95. Holy shit, this guy played forever.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know he played that long. Holy,
dude, he was
21
awesome.
years. Jesus. You know what's crazy? I know that he played here, like, obviously. I have in my mind, like watching, I have no recollection of him ever playing for the Timberwolves, like ever.
Oh, really?
Well, no, I didn't watch basketball. He played for the Celtics when I was 7 years old.
And then he went to the Brooklyn Nets, right?
I remember the other team, and I remember him going back to Brooklyn,
back to the Timberwolves,
back to Minnesota. And I knew he played for Minnesota, but like when I started watching basketball, he was on the Boston Celtics already. Like he never played for the Timberwolves.
He was a hell of a player. One of my favorite players of all time.
Yeah.
All right, so you got that. So here's my next one. Guess a player.
I'm on fire.
Guess this player. All right. This guy played from 2011.
This is basketball?
This is baseball. Baseball player.
Baseball. Okay.
We're back to baseball here.
Thank
He played from 2011 to 2024.
Oh, I should get this guy no matter what.
All right. Started with the Braves. Went to the Angels.
Okay.
Tigers. Brewers. And finished with the Mets.
Okay, not the first name that I thought of. He went started in 11. Man, that's like I know that's like right in my wheelhouse. This is someone I should get. Started okay, can you read the order again?
He started with the Braves.
Okay.
Went to the Angels.
Braves
okay. And then went to the Tigers.
Okay.
Went to the Brewers. And then finished with the Mets.
Tigers, Brewers. Can I get a position?
I mean, you want me to give you a position?
I need a position. Yeah, I just don't know the route without any context.
It's a pitcher.
Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking, but. And what year did he retire?
2024 is the last time he's played. I don't think he's retired. He just that's the last time he's playing in MLB.
So he ended his career on the Mets, but he was a Braves pitcher. Braves to Angels pitcher. Braves to Angels. It's probably just too. I mean, it's hard to do this when you can't see stuff, like see the stat or see the team.
Yeah, I'm bad at this game.
It's just harder when you don't have anything visually to look at. What was the team before the Mets?
The Brewers. Now I'm looking through this. He played in 2024. He started with the Mets. He pitched in the Mets, but then got released and he pitched in the minors for the Cubs and Orioles that year.
Braves, Mets, Braves, Angels,
Tigers,
Brewers,
Mets.
Well, 2024 Mets. I mean, I know the name. I'm just 2024 Mets. They had Severino, I believe.
Excuse me.
I don't know. I think I could get it if I sat here and asked more questions, but I'm not going to keep asking questions. He's not a closer, is he? He's a starter?
He's starter.
Yeah, it would just take me too long. I'll give up. Who is it?
Julio Teheran.
Oh, man, that's a cool. Yeah, I knew Braves. I would never have pulled that as I'll call it, that's a no-name guy. But that is right. I remember him on the Brewers at some point.
I remember him being better on the Braves.
Yeah, he was a good prospect, and he had a good first maybe season, but he really fizzled quick. I know that name and I know the player, but I'm just not pulling Julio Teheran out. I'm gonna be honest. That all you got?
Yep. So now it's your game.
Okay. Started off again. 6 questions, Roy. I think I'm gonna get you. I do.
Probably.
I got you last time.
My head is tired, and I probably can't even think. So,
current player for the Athletics. Come on, get out on the first one.
Gosh, dang it!
First one, get out.
What do I want to go with?
Yankees just played him tonight.
I know, and I watched. Gosh, dang it! But I'm afraid you're gonna. I have 4 names, and I'm like, which
just
one
say
did
the
he
one
pick?
that I picked.
I know that's the problem. I think I'm gonna say the one you picked. Jacob Wilson.
Boom, 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 boom. See you, Roy. First question. Out of here.
I knew it.
Jacob Wilson.
I thought it was. You mentioned Nick Kurtz earlier. I thought, okay, he won't say him. Or he said him, probably.
Nope. I went Jacob Wilson. I'm not going to turn it because I'm going to keep going through the questions.
I was going to go Mark Leiter Jr., but I was like, did he throw that? Because now you got me because you say these names, and I'm like, shit, did he say? I know. You point that game out.
Okay, next one. Even though you're already out. Left-handed starter in the AL West. Current.
AL West. All right, so. Damn. Everybody can think of is right. Right. Okay, he's a righty. You would have got me on this one because I can't think of a lefty. Saying all righties. Is Wu a lefty?
Nope.
I thought he was a righty.
He's righty.
Son of a bitch. I don't know. I can't even think of a lefty.
I was trying to sit here and think of more than one, and I'm gonna be honest, I was kind of struggling. But when I did this question, it was like instant on a name for me. Mackenzie Gore pitches for the Rangers now.
Oh, see, I forgot.
AL West.
I was thinking Jacob DeGrom. He's right. Yeah. I was going through my head. Luis Castilla, freaking Hunter Brown.
Yeah, the Mariners don't have almost any.
I was just going. Everybody was thinking of righty,
right of the Angels. He's another one.
So I couldn't even think of an Angels pitcher.
Yep, Kikuchi, Gore. I'm trying to think of the Astros. They don't have Valdez anymore.
Yeah,
I don't know. But there was at least 2. Oh, I just got offered a trade in Dynasty Baseball. I bet that's the worst thing on the planet. It's probably J.J. Weatherholt for a bag of baseballs. That's all this league sends me. Next one. I need you to name me any Royals player in the last 10 years.
Salvador Perez.
I picked his battery mate, Michael Wacha.
Oh, did you? I thought you might go Bobby Witt since you're like, with like
a
phone name at some
this
point.
One, I was really hoping you would be alive till this one. This is not a hard question. It's a new question, so I was hoping you would be able to go for it. Any player who's currently playing in Major League Baseball who did not have to go through the MLB draft to come over.
Ohtani.
Who'd you say?
Ohtani.
I picked his best friend, Yashishibu Yamamoto. Every Dominican player, every Cuban player.
Well, I mean, yeah, but as long as you don't name an American player.
Yeah, basically. Next one. I need you to name me any Cubs outfielder ever.
Ever? Jerome Walton.
I'm going to believe that you're right.
It is.
Jason Hayward.
I was not going to say it. I was actually going to say PCA, but I was like,
his first home run tonight, by the way.
I saw that. I saw it Bryce when that happened.
Next and last question. Give me a player who has played for the Yankees, who is currently playing in Major League Baseball, but plays on another team in the American League.
Oh, an American League.
So they've played for the Yankees. They're still playing on an American League team now, not the Yankees.
God, I fucking hate him, but I'm going to say it. Gleyber Torres.
Oh, I thought I got it. I was really in the Athletics theme today, so I went Severino. I almost chose
Mark. He popped in my head.
Mark Leiter Jr. was my answer at first, and then I went, no, because I knew I was going to tell you that Mark Leiter Jr. blew that game, so I was like, you won't pick him. So then I changed it to Severino.
See, that's my problem is when you said the first one about the A's, Severino popped in my head. So did Leiter, and I was like, I can't say those two because I could see him picking because you love to say greatest Yankee or former great Yankee great or whatever.
Luis Severino, Yankees legend.
Legend. You're always saying that shit. I was like, okay.
Mark Leiter Jr. is Yankee legend too.
But then I remember you said Kurtz when we were talking about the game earlier. I'm like, okay, I'll just go Jacob Wilson because I don't think
That's who I
so overthought myself.
Here, I didn't edit it. Obviously, very first question. Very first question at the top.
Well, you would have got me the second one anyway because I couldn't think of a lefty pitcher. Period.
Yep. All right, I think that's all I got.
All right.
You know what? I realized we did not talk about Roy, but I have to go to the bathroom, so we're not going to talk about it. We didn't talk about the Masters.
It's coming up this weekend. Did you put your players in?
Sure did.
I got my 4.
I thought it was $20. It was only $15.
Is it 15? I still need to freaking pay. Yep. I forgot about that. I didn't put that in there.
Like button. Subscribe.
Let's talk about who your 4 are after it starts. You can still change it. No, you can because you're going to change it. Maybe
I'm not going to change it.
I won't change mine either. I just got to remember to pay. Let me pull mine up.
I have to find it.
Oh, it's on my email.
I know that's where I'm going is email.
All right, got it. I got mine, so I'll tell you my 4.
There it is. I got it. Okay, go ahead.
I went Ludwig, Aberg.
Cap.
Scott Scheffler.
Yep.
Gotcha. John Rahm.
Cap.
And Cameron Young.
All right. We only have one of the same. I do have Scotty. Everyone has Scotty.
I think everybody picks Prince Scotty.
I went Bryson DeChambeau. Good finish last year at this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I went Alexander Schauffele, who I pick every year, and he always loses, but he's hot coming in this year.
Why did you pick? If he loses every year, why did you pick him?
Hot coming in. So I'm riding it one more time. And I always try to pick I really don't care about winning this. I really don't. I like to pick players because I want to watch them. That's one thing I like to do. I picked a guy who I feel like is always near the top at the Masters. I couldn't tell you if he's hit a golf ball since last Masters, but he finished second. Justin Rose finished second to Rory in the playoff. And I'll tell you what, I value if you've played well there. That's one thing I do. So I shouldn't pick Alexander Schauffele because he loses every year.
I always go for who hits greens and fairways. So
yeah.
I usually get one guy who doesn't. I usually have 3 guys that are in the running, and then one guy that just doesn't even make the cut. So that's what I'm waiting for.
That's usually Schauffele for me.
So we'll have to see if one of them doesn't make the cut because that's usually what happens to me in this thing.
That's my favorite thing about why I like doing this little pool thing that you do is I can watch the Masters and watch for them. That's what I like to do.
Oh yeah, that's all I pay attention to.
Subscribe, comment. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.